Lakeland Public Television's Common Ground is brought to you by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund.
I'm Duane Shoup, American craftsman, and usually I'm doing woodworking, but in the springtime, when the sun starts to shine and it warms up a little bit, we're going to tap some maple trees and we're going to make some syrup. And it is that time of the year, and so we're going for it. And this is how I drill holes these days. It used to be a hand brace and bit, but when they came along with cordless drills, it sure improved the process and made it a lot easier. So I'm just drilling a hole in a maple tree. Just like that. And then we put a spout in it. Okay, here's the modern tap. It's a little cast tap. This is what I'm going to put into the tree to be able to collect my sap. And I've already drilled the hole. As you can see, it's running pretty good. Okay, it's got a tapered end on it, so it snugs into the tree real nice. Takes just a couple minutes for that to fill up. There we go. She's a dripping. And then I'm hanging my container on there, so I'm going to collect it. And here's Duane's high-tech method of collecting his sap. Looks like a milk jug to me. And a little piece of wire on it. And I cut a little bit of a relief out of the top because it pours out a lot faster that way. The next phase will be when they get full, I have to cruise around the woods and collect all my sap. And I have a big cooler on the back of the four-wheeler, which we're going to show you. And so what I do, I got the cooler, got a bucket, have my containers hanging on the tree. And I just pour into the cooler. There's a lot of manual labor, but kind of one of them self-sufficient things that's kind of fun to do until you've done about 5 or 6 batches, and then you hope it quits running because you're tired of doing it. Here I've got a stainless tank, probably holds around 80 gallons. Here's Duane's new evaporator system for making syrup. A dual pan. Back in the back's where I do my main cooking, and then I've plumbed it so I can have the fluid come from the back pan to the front, and then it runs around these baffles. Then I can draw it off over here in batches. Since when you're making syrup, you have to boil off about 30 to 40 gallons of water to get 1 gallon of syrup. So basically you're getting rid of a lot of water, driving off a lot of steam. Takes a lot of wood, and it gets hot next to the stove. If you don't pay attention to what you're doing and your fluid runs too low and it turns to foam, then you're not making syrup, you're making candy. And rescued a disaster like that last week, and we ended up making some maple fudge. At least it was usable. We got a good boil going on and we're making steam. Hopefully we'll be making some syrup too. And here's some finished product. This actual batch was made in '08. This is the last time I made syrup. You can kind of see what it looks like. Tasty stuff.
If you enjoyed this segment of Lakeland Public Television's Common Ground, consider making a contribution at lptv.org. If you have segment ideas pertaining to North Central Minnesota, contact us at legacy@lptv.org. Common Ground is funded by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund, by the vote of the people on November 4, 2008.